Welcome to CandleLight Audiobook. The Secret Misses. Chapter 441. The foreign lady walked steadily but swiftly, her tight bodysuit showing off her svelte figure. "You witch, you dare to face me without a gun? I'll take you down right now," screamed Bruce's man, sweat dripping off his forehead as his young brave soul gave him the courage to face her. She flipped him off without a word. The man went mad, fueled by the thought that they were all going to die anyway. His only goal raging in his mind now was to bring this woman down with him. The man roared and ran towards the lady, raising his fist to land a blow on her head. Before the man could even get within a foot of her, a dark shadow whizzed past him. He heard the sound of the breeze before he registered a sharp pain in his jaw. Like a broken kite, he fell down and crashed into a steel pillar, causing a loud noise. Amen. The man was trying to get up from the ground but had no strength to even prop himself up. His face was full of blood and his teeth were smashed in as well, causing him to not be coherent. The foreign lady gently brought her foot down from the kick, expressionless. Her victim did not see anything but Brody and Bruce were spectators to the whole scene. Before the man could even close in, the lady had unleashed a quick and powerful front kick right smack on his jaw with a force so great that they had no doubt she was professionally trained. That was probably a taekwondo kick, but for a woman to have such force and accuracy, how rare. Bruce mumbled, his eyes shining in fascination and terror at the same time. Throughout all these years, Bruce had learned most of the killing techniques and he recognized some good skills in her execution. However, if it had been him, he would still be able to take her down. Unfortunately, there were numerous guns pointing at them right now, and the consequences would be deadly if he acted carelessly. "I don't need a gun to kill you, I just need my hands," repeated the lady, walking behind the man expressionless, and without giving the man a chance to say anything, she wrapped her forearm around his neck and choked him to death. The other man on Bruce's team went pale, not daring to say anything and trying his best not to attract any attention. "Ha ha ha, pigs being pigs. Alice holds a red belt in taekwondo." "Idiots, stupid pigs," the bald man laughed. "Phiro, it's red black belt, not red," corrected the lady. "Oh, my dear Alice, my bad, it's red black belt." "That's better than red, and you'll be getting your black belt soon." "You're right," the bald man said apologetically. "What do you guys want?" Brody could not hold it in anymore and yelled at them. "Ha ha ha, don't rush, I want to play an interesting game with you dumb pigs," said the bald man, signaling the duo in front of him. Soon, the two foreign men took out two heavy boxes, putting them beside Brody and Bruce. "What does this mean?" Bruce's brows closed in. "It's simple, there are some guns inside. They are fairly difficult to recognize and if you get one wrong, I'll kill one of you." "Fair game," the bald man shrugged. Chapter 442. At that point, Bruce and Brody understood that these foreigners were treating them as entertainment, like a cat playing with a mouse before finally ending its life. "What if we are able to recognize them?" Bruce asked. "Recognize them?" The bald man obviously had not thought about this. "Oh, if you guys are able to recognize them, then you get to stay alive for a little while longer, and you'll continue to look at more guns. I think eventually there'll be guns that are unfamiliar to you, ha ha ha," the bald man laughed triumphantly. Although inside them was a storm raging with fury, they had to cooperate with these men and try to buy themselves more time. Otherwise, they might be killed immediately if they did not comply. But the moment Brody and Bruce opened the box, they were both dumbfounded. They had totally no clue what the firearms in the box were called. More specifically, they had never seen any of them before. Bruce felt helpless. "What now? Can't you recognize them?" "Ha ha ha, we'll play by the rules, so I'll start off by killing one of you." The bald man raised his arms and aimed his gun at Brody, then as if indecisive, he moved it to point at Bruce, and he repeated this a few times. Suddenly, a voice appeared from out of nowhere inside the arsenal. "I'll do it," Luna announced, going up to the box. The foreigners were surprised by Luna's appearance as they had not detected her presence and had no idea how she got in here. Apart from the foreigners, Brody and Bruce were shocked as well. This woman, how did she get in here? You? Bruce stared at Luna in anger. Finally, he yelled, how in the world did you get in here? Luna ignored his roaring and focused on the guns instead, her face mesmerized by the firearms. Brody, what's up with this woman? You brought an actress here at such a crucial moment? What's wrong with you? Bruce roared at Brody. Brody was confused by what had happened as well. He had no inkling that Luna had been here all along. Did she think that it was all an act? Damn it. Tell me, did she think that this was all an act? Bruce's face darkened. I don't know, she followed me on her accord in secret. Brody tried to explain. Bastard. Bruce cursed, then threw a glare at Luna. You're just an actress, what do you know? Get lost. Do you want to die? Luna suddenly spun around to face him and gave him a chilling stare. Ha ha ha, conflict within your own team, great. I like it, give me more, the bald man said in excitement. Poor things, fear made them lose their minds, the foreign lady said coldly. Her answers don't count, I'll do it. Bruce had no choice but to do it. How could he put their lives in the hands of this stupid actress? She might really think that this was all an act. The bald man shook his head, no, no, no. She already said she was going to do it. If you want to change the person who will answer now, I'll take it as a forfeit and kill one of you. Bruce's nostrils flared in frustration as he stared at Luna fiercely and imagined killing her with his bare hands right now. He could not understand why would his charismatic boss, the great Theo who convinced him to swear his loyalty, fall in love with this stupid actress. Luna ignored Bruce and casually picked an exquisite pistol out of the box. She confidently spouted, Austrian Glock 17 pistol, exclusively used by the Austrian military. Total length 185 millimeters, around 600 grams in weight, and if I'm not wrong, the barrel length should be 114 millimeters. The magazine can load up to 17 bullets, and it has a shooting range up to 72 meters. Chapter 443. Theo's men had despair scrawled all over their faces. To put it nicely, she could be called a professional actress, but in truth, she was just a freshie. How would she know about firearms? What a massive joke. You damned witch. You're trying to kill us. Just go and sleep with those directors and producers if you're looking for attention. What are you doing here, spouting nonsense? Do you think you're shooting a scene here? Raged one of the men whom Bruce brought. He almost wanted to kill Luna right there and then. Yet, Luna acted like she had not heard anything. Instead, she toyed about with the gun and said, "Is this all you have? Most American FBI agents are using these anyway." Luna then threw the Austrian Glock 17 aside. They really were unknowledgeable about pistols. Bruce and Brody would be the experts if there were any weapons with more penetrative power. Although Luna had given a seemingly reliable answer, Bruce still could not believe her. In his eyes, Luna was just a small actress with an irrelevant career. What would she know about firearms? So, tell me now, am I right? As Theo's men were feeling anxious, Luna prompted the bald man for an answer. The bald man grinned. The woman was correct. She had even stated the special features of the gun along with the pros and cons of an Austrian Glock 17. It seemed like she had handled a similar pistol before. Ha ha ha, it's a good thing that you have a smart woman there, good. Go on, the game is just starting, the bald man laughed heartily. Theo's men had a moment of confusion when they heard the mafia's satisfied reply. What? The actress got it right? Damn. So close. Bruce's man was sweating heavily, and he suddenly remembered something. Right, since she's an actress, she might know about that Glock something pistol because of some shooting scene she has acted in before. Bruce and Brody thought about it carefully. What the man said made sense. Luna worked as an actress and would have come across some gunfight scenes. It was probably a coincidence that she had been in contact with a Glock 17 pistol model before, and she probably had familiarized herself with it due to the nature of her work. What a close one. Brody took in a deep breath. The consequences would be deadly if Luna had said even one word wrong. "We want a substitute," Bruce said suddenly. Luna must have recognized the Austrian Glock out of sheer luck. If she continued this way, they might all just die here when her luck ran out. Yes, a substitute. Bruce's man agreed as well. It would be better for them to continue rather than put the fate of their lives in the hands of a silly actress. Even if they got it wrong, at least they could decide their own fate. "Nope, like I said, if you substitute now, I'll take it as a forfeit." "Are you sure you want to?" "If yes, then I'll start off by killing one of you pigs," the bald man leered unkindly. He was really enjoying this game of the cat and mouse. After all, when he got bored of this, all of them would still be dead meat. Chapter 444. He was the game master here, so he made the rules. Bruce's man glared at Luna. If we manage to leave this place alive, I'll skin you alive." "Ha ha ha, I really love seeing you pigs fight among yourselves, but you don't get a say whether you can leave here alive or not. Now, if you don't want to die, then continue the game," the bald man chuckled coldly. Bruce and Brody clenched their fists tightly and felt helpless. Under the current circumstances, they could only pray that reinforcement was on the way, and if Boss Theo had no idea about this at all, then all of them would surely die here. Luna looked calm and did not seem to be affected by Bruce's group of men or the bald man. She looked through the box and casually picked up another gun. "What an old gun." "It seems like you've prepared well for this game," Luna said calmly. The bald man did not say anything and just smiled as he stared at Luna. "I don't believe that you can recognize this pistol," declared the lady, Alice, who was standing in front of the bald man. Luna suddenly looked up and locked her sights on Alice. "You're right, I don't recognize this pistol." Bruce and Brody felt a sharp chill shoot down their spines even though they expected this to happen. "You damned witch, I'll kill you." Bruce's man was exasperated and nearly lost all reasoning. He was going to die because of this actress. Everything was this actress's fault. Bang! As the man charged towards Luna, a spark exploded from the gun in the bald man's hand, destroying the floor tiles right in front of the man. Shards of broken tile flew everywhere, and the sound of the gunshot was as loud as thunder, striking fear in the hearts of those present. "Your life isn't up to you right now. The decision lies with me. You will die if I decide that you should die. Do you want to break my rules now, stupid pig?" The bald man grinned and stared at Bruce's quivering man. The man's senses came back and cold sweat poured from his forehead. He shook his head in terror and backed off immediately without saying anything. "Ha ha ha, I love obedient stupid pigs," said the bald man, satisfied with his victim's deference. He then looked at Luna. "Since you can't recognize this, then we'll just have to follow the rules of the game, ha ha ha." Luna shook her head and said, "Don't jump to conclusions so quickly." "Huh?" The bald man was confused. "Although I haven't been in contact with this type of gun before, judging from the diameter of the barrel and its weight in my hands, plus its unique design, it isn't that difficult to guess." Guess? Everyone was speechless. This woman was trying to simply guess. Did she not fear death? Luna assessed the pistol and weighted it approximately, then said calmly, "Around 1,000 grams in weight, the total length should be about 180 millimeters, and the carbon steel impact socket has been modified before using a special metal coating. The caliber is 0.46 inches, about 12 millimeters, and with a caliber this special, it can only load a 0.45-inch Smith & Wesson bullet." Chapter 445. The magazine can only load up to 12 bullets since it's one of the earlier designs. Even though I've never been in contact with it before, old designs like this are easy to guess. I'm pretty sure that this is the P229 that was acquired by the Germans in 1991. It should be the SIG Sauer P229 pistol, she finished, throwing the gun aside again. Bruce's men did not have any hope left and they were praying that Luna knew something about the gun from her previous acting experiences, just like the luck she had last round. But naturally, they were prepared for a fight. If things went south, they would all charge up to the foreigners, taking down as many as they could since they would not have been spared anyway. So, Is my answer correct or not? Luna looked at the silent bald man, expressionless. The bald man only replied sometime later with a cold tone, I heard he said that you're an actress. You're right, Luna did not deny it. She was an actress now, working hard on her own, charging towards her own goal with her talents and effort. No wonder, as an actress you'd have been involved in gunfight scenes. So that's how you know about these guns. It's nothing too impressive, the bald man scoffed and took her knowledge for granted. Actress? What a useless piece of trash that only knows how to sell her body and get involved in dirty deals. Killing a disgusting pig like you would be best done with just my hands, sneered Alice, glaring at Luna fiercely as she instinctively hated actresses. Hee hee, my dear Alice, I'm bored of this game already. Why not we change the rules? What's more interesting than recognizing guns? The bald man asked Alice suggestively. Didn't you like seeing them fight among themselves? Just let them kill one another off, and we can just enjoy their performances, replied Alice. Right, that reminds me, the bald man said and stood up with a smile as he looked at Bruce's man. Stupid pig, didn't you want to kill that woman just now? Here's your chance, go on and choke her to death and I'll consider sparing your life. What do you think? You don't get rare chances like this very often in your life. Bruce's man, whose white shirt was soaked in sweat, had a shift in his expression. Are you serious? If you are. Before he could finish, the bald man laughed. Of course, my buddy, I'm someone who honors the rules. As long as you follow my rules, then you'll have a chance to live. Alright, it's a deal. Bruce's man said would be no different from stepping on an ant. I dare you. Brody roared at him like an enraged beast. Theo had strictly ordered him to protect the actress. Stupid pig, don't do anything reckless and just watch. If not, I'll shoot your brains out, another foreign man said to Brody while pointing a gun at him. Brody knew that if he did anything more, a bullet would be sent right through his skull. Chapter 446. Brody had his fists balled up tightly, his blue veins protruding through his skin. With his boss' order, if he was not able to comply and survive this, he would not be able to face his boss Theo. Easy, don't move now, it's not your turn to die yet. But if you're not going to cooperate, things will get complicated. After all, we have a lot of time on our hands, you stupid pigs. The game has just started, ha ha ha, said the bald man smugly, as if he was fated to come out of this situation a winner. Bruce, that's your underling. The boss gave orders to protect Ms. Ning's safety. Even if you're not helping, don't let your underling mess it up. Brody ignored the bald man's warning and yelled at Bruce. Bruce's brows furrowed. Even though he disliked the stupid woman, he didn't want her to die. Don't do it. Bruce yelled at the man in the white shirt. Damn it. The man in white shirt spat on the floor with a ferocious look on his face. Don't bother me now. Leader Bruce, you brought me here to the arsenal to meet boss, but look at what has happened. It's a trap. We're almost dead here. She's just an actress. She should be honored that my life can be traded for her death. Actually, he was not specifically against Luna. As long as he could live, he would not have any doubts even if they asked him to kill Brody or even Bruce at this point. Don't worry, you have your rules, I have mine as well, Luna smiled and she took out a pistol from the box. Stupid pig, you're looking for trouble. The rules of the game have changed. Don't you dare touch the guns, put it down, shouted Alice as she stood up. My dear Alice, don't mind her. The guns have no bullets in them, all the magazines are empty, bragged the bald man, laughing as everything was under his control. Seeing his nonchalance, Alice shrugged and sat back down. Do you guys know that this is an Italian Beretta 92F pistol? Luna said lightly as she took out the magazine. You're right, it's an Italian Beretta, but what about it? The game is long over. Whether you can recognize the guns or not doesn't matter anymore. You're going to be killed by one of your own, ha ha ha, I'm already excited just thinking about it. Looking at you stupid pigs killing each other, spilling blood everywhere, how wonderful is that? The bald man threw his head back and laughed like a psychopath. Luna shook her head, the main point of this pistol is that it can use the same bullets. Before she could finish, the man in white shirt charged at her like the wind. You damned witch, go to hell, the man in white shirt roared. As most small pistols. Luna mumbled to herself, at the same time she leaped. With everyone looking on unbelievably, she rammed her knee into the abdomen of the man. Ugh! His face spasmed as slimy liquid was excreted from his mouth and he fell backwards upon the impact of Luna's knee attack. Before he could hit the ground, Luna caught his shoulder, a fistful of his shirt in her hand. Bam! Without realizing what just happened, Luna had tossed him onto the floor. At the same time, Luna had a few bullets in her hand and within a blink of an eye, she loaded the magazine she was holding all along with astonishing precision. Chapter 447. Ah! Bruce's man moaned while holding his head in his hands. Luna's extraordinary fighting ability had far exceeded his expectations, so much so that he could not even do anything about it. Killing that actress? What a joke! She had such excellent capabilities hidden under her soft demeanor. How could that be? At that moment, Luna had already loaded the Italian Beretta 92F pistol with 7 bullets. Long before, Ning had already noticed that all the guns in the box were all emptied of their magazines. The foreigners were not stupid enough to give them loaded firearms. So when Luna was looking at the first gun, she had already formulated a plan. She was trying to buy herself more time in the first round, and the second round was to get the foreigners to let down their guard. As for the third round, Luna already had her plan ready. In the pocket of Bruce's man, there were some convex-shaped items which looked like bullets, and it was impossible for Luna to mistake a bullet's shape. Plus, in places like Philadelphia, it was normal for gang members to have extra bullets on them for emergency use. Luna also realized that due to the foreigners' pride, they had not taken away the weapons on Theo's men, as they thought that everything was under their control. At first, Luna wanted to take advantage of their pride and take away the pistol from the white shirt man, but in the end, she forfeited this plan. The gun that Bruce's man had brought was a custom-made one. Luna did not know anything about its shooting range, penetrative power, and accuracy. If she used it and made a mistake, she and Theo's men would have been dead without a doubt. And in the box lay one of Luna's favorites, the Italian Beretta 92F pistol. She was sure that if she used it, there would be an 80% chance of them getting out of this pinch. Bruce and Brody were both dumbfounded by Luna's moves. What an awesome performance! Who could have guessed that such explosive power was hidden under her weak and soft appearance? Luna had the loaded Italian Beretta 92F pistol already aimed at the bald man. Stupid pigs! Kill that damn woman right now, exploded the bald man. The selling point of the Italian Beretta 92F was that it could use about 90% of the bullets produced from Philadelphia, so one did not need to worry about running out of ammo. As the bald man was talking, he quickly pointed his gun towards Luna and intended to kill her first. He was full of confidence with his marksmanship. However, before his aim could even reach Luna, her gun fired. Bang! A loud gunshot echoed throughout the place, as her aim met its mark and blood flowed out of the bald man's forehead. Thump! The bald man fell over and his body twitched a little before he breathed his last breath. Luna did not even look at the bald man. Her sight was set on Bruce and the moaning man in the white shirt the whole time. What sort of marksmanship? She didn't even need to look. Gulped Brody, clearly impressed. Chapter 448. Both Brody and Bruce were shocked, their minds going completely blank. What had just happened had gone way out of their expectations. Was Luna really just a normal actress? What did you say just now? Luna was cold like ice, her tone sending goosebumps across everyone's skins. You witch! Get her! A few of the foreigners came back to their senses after realizing what had happened, and they lifted their arms to aim their guns at Luna. Bam! 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 A few more gunshots exploded in the air. Blood flowed out of the foreheads of the foreign men, their eyes opened wide in shock and they then fell on the floor soon after. That was incredibly fast, simply too fast. Ms. Brown, she is way too fast. Brody babbled, impressed. No, she's not just fast. Her accuracy is terrifying. The range that she shot at was precisely the maximum shooting range of the gun she used. Extraordinary speed plus advanced calculations, and precise accuracy. There is no way that she is just an actress. Who in the world is she? Brody would never believe that an actress could be capable of this feat. A bitter smile came to him. What was his boss was thinking, asking him to protect a woman like Luna? Did she even need protection? More likely than not, she should be protecting someone else. Bruce seemed like he wanted to say something but stopped. Luna did not even look at the foreigners the whole time, appearing like she was shooting at random, but all of her shots hit their target, while the enemy had no chance to even counterattack. In the end, the only one left standing was Alice. Ah! The man in the white shirt was still keening in pain like a pig being killed. How troublesome, get lost. Luna kicked the man in the guts and he rolled away in pain, just to get away from her. Both Bruce and Brody did not dare to say anything, especially Bruce. He was not afraid of Luna's explosive power and her fighting skills, but it was her gun, and her terrifying marksmanship. You're lucky, had it been a few years ago, you'd have been dead already, talking to me like that. Luna glanced at Bruce, do you understand? Why, yes, Bruce clenched his teeth and gave in to her, his instinct strongly urging him not to pick a fight with this woman. Ms. Luna, quickly kill that woman. Brody said quickly as soon as he saw Alice was still alive. Luna looked at Alice and said, what was it you said just now? About me only knowing how to sell my body, and that you only need your hands to kill me? Alice frowned at her and said coldly, you're nothing in my eyes, you stupid pig. Alice quickly whipped out her gun. Bam! Luna was faster. Alice was taken aback by Luna's speed, but the shot intentionally missed her, hitting her gun instead. Pa! Alice's gun was flung around 10 meters away from her. Awesome! Now kill her. Brody said excitedly. I ran out of bullets. Luna tossed her emptied gun away and shrugged. Well, we need someone to be alive anyway. Chapter 449. You're dead meat. Alice glared with rage as she charged in swiftly and prepared to throw a punch. Red-black belt holders nowadays are so cocky. Luna shook her head with a calm expression, not even bothering to take Alice seriously. Be careful, that woman is dangerous. Brody reminded her. As soon as he finished his sentence, Luna swung her right leg high up and swiftly brought it down. Caw! Just as Alice was just closing in on Luna, Luna's kick was already in downward motion, and it landed right on Alice's head with a crack. Alice lost consciousness and lay on the floor unmoving. Passed out? Brody stammered in surprise. Luna had defeated the foreign lady with just one kick. I forgot to tell you that, I'm a black belt, Luna said calmly after she had rendered Alice unconscious. Looking back at what had just happened, Bruce and Brody were stunned speechless. Luna. Suddenly, a familiar voice cut through the silence. That voice. Theo. Boss. Luna quickly ran over and examined him from head to toe, and only after confirming that he was all right, she let out a sigh of relief. You're okay. That's great. You. At this moment Theo was furious beyond words. His body was burning up feverishly with rage and the anger was eating through his heart. Who allowed you to come here? This was the first time that Luna had ever seen Theo this angry, and she was scared. Boss, you're scary. Theo clenched his teeth. You actually know what fear is? Luna put on a pitiful expression and said weakly, of course I'm scared, I'm just a girl. I almost died just now. My legs are still shaking. Boss, don't yell at me anymore, I need some comfort. Bruce and Brody were totally speechless by this scene. Both of them were annoyed at Luna. Just a moment ago, she was still acting all high and mighty. Which part of her looked afraid? Was she suffering from schizophrenia? The boss would never believe her. You. When Theo saw the girl's panicked expression, he just restrained his inner rage and decided not to bother her with the issue anymore. He took a deep breath and pat the girl's head with his wide palms to comfort her. Don't be scared, I'm here. Luna let out a long sigh and secretly patted her chest as she had just skipped a major disaster. Boss was really scary when he was angry. She then continued weakly, I'm not scared anymore after I saw you, boss. As long as you don't yell at me. Theo looked apologetic. I'm sorry, my bad, I won't do that ever again. Bruce and Brody were speechless again. What had just happened? Who was this person? Was this their boss, Theo? Or was this not actually their boss, but was another trap set up by their enemy? The only one who was still relaxed about all this was Alex, who stood behind Theo. He pushed his glasses up his nose and looked at them with a face that seemed to scoff at them as young punks who did not know better. Chapter 450. On the way out of the arsenal. Luna was relieved to know that Theo was fine as she looked at the scenery outside of the car window. Philadelphia, the last time she had been there, it was bustling as ever. What was now left was a devastated state as a result of a war. Theo set his sights on Luna as she looked out of the window. No matter how thorough his plans were, when he reached the arsenal with his men, he completely did not expect to see Luna, who was supposed to be safe and sound back at home, appearing at such a dangerous place. Aside from fear, he was astonished by what he saw. Within a matter of seconds, everyone had lost their lives under her gunfire and of course, that single heavy blow of hers that defeated the foreign lady. At that moment, the girl had a totally different aura around her, a strange aura that he had never seen before. There were no traces of the Luna he knew, as if she was just another stranger. But he knew. That girl was still Luna. It was the past version of her. But when he saw her going up to him happily and pitifully tell him how scared she was, he knew that she was still the girl whom he knew. Luna turned back and her eyes met with Theo's. She gulped, boss, why are you looking at me? Are you trying to get back at me now? You said that you wouldn't be angry with me anymore. Theo reined in his thoughts and said kindly, I still have something else to handle in Philadelphia. Do you want to go back first or are you leaving with me later on? Luna replied after she had given it some thought, I'll go back with you. She then explained, well, I don't really have any work these few days and it's such a rare occasion that I can get out of the country. I guess I'll take this chance to have a short vacation. Theo looked at her solemnly and said in a slightly colder tone than usual, if you're leaving together with me, you're going to stay within my sight for the next few days. Huh? Luna looked troubled, then wouldn't I be bored to death? Theo's face suddenly darkened. Luna quickly rephrased, no. How would I be bored when I'm with you, boss? It's a great honor to be able to stay by your honor's side. At the back of the car, Brody coughed lightly and with a low voice he said, Ms. Luna, is she schizophrenic? Bruce rolled his eyes at him, screw that schizophrenic crap. Don't you see now? She was taking boss on a ride all along. So she was just acting around boss? Brody was still confused, then how do you explain boss' attitude towards Ms. Luna? Bruce had no comeback for this one, so he mumbled, how would I know? I was terrified. After all, he almost thought that his boss who had appeared just now was an imposter. Alex, who was listening to their conversation while working on the documents the whole time, could not hold it in anymore. What would you single dudes know? It's the power of love. They finally reached a safe area. In the hotel, Theo brought her directly into his room. He led her to sit on the sofa, then proceeded to the balcony to make a phone call. A while later, Alex brought Luna a PSP game console, a few fashion magazines, and some snacks. After he had settled Luna down, Theo gathered his men for a meeting. Through a window from the meeting room, he could see Luna in the living room. He literally was not going to leave her out of his sight.